Oh wow, that's crazy. You see, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, David was a creepy fudger. I feel like we need to do kind of a kind of recap or kind of a discussion about the ending of The Last of Us. So, you know, this is, if you weren't here for any of the streams or whatever, this may come across as full-on spoilers, so be prepared before I start this conversation. But the ending to The Last of Us, a lot of people didn't like. Well, the initial reaction as soon as the credits start popping up on Saturday when we beat it was generally fairly negative. Like, they didn't like the fact that Joel lied to Ellie, you know, saying that what she asked him if what he said was true. What he had said was that there were other people like Ellie when there was not, and that they had given up hope for a cure, which they had not. He just selfishly took Ellie away, even though Ellie was going to be sacrificed. She didn't know it at the time. She was going to be sacrificed for the good of humanity. So in the end, who really is the bad guy there? You know, Joel's the one selfishly who got emotionally attached to Ellie. You know, is he a bad guy for stealing her? Was he just trying to save her? This character relationship, but right at the end, she asked him whether what he said was true, and he promised that it was. And that was pretty much the ending. So that, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Sat already? Your break is almost over. I am starting. I'm here. I'm talking to you. Come on now. Yeah, you didn't get the choice. Maybe the choice would have been Ellie could have been a cure for the cost of her life. Yeah, but I mean, look at all the people that we killed anyway, Tiv. That we just flat out killed. The whole point, you know, Joel killed Marlene, who was struggling with the decision herself. You know, we picked up the recordings and listened to Marlene's struggle, saying that she didn't want to kill her, she didn't want to sacrifice her because she loved Ellie too. So, but she knew what she was doing was for the possible cure of mankind, and if Ellie was aware of that she was gonna die for this cure, she thinks that Ellie would have wanted it that way, you know? Yeah, that's true, Phoebe, but, you know, in a world like that, how do you choose? How do you choose what's good or what's not? You would have done the same thing any number of times over? I can see that, Tiv. Don't get me wrong. Because I can see that, and I like that it lets you move away thinking. You know, you come away from the game thinking. If I use Darksiders 2 for an example, that game just kind of upped and ended. I didn't really have too much to say about it when it finished. The Last of Us, it's completely different settings, so maybe the analogy isn't good comparing the two. But The Last of Us, I had feelings. I had feelings towards it and towards what happened, towards what didn't happen, and I can see it from both sides of the argument, because I feel in the position like Joel was, because, you know, you can see that he was torn for a second. You know, and if this was right at the start of the journey, he would have just handed her over. He wanted to just hand her over to Tommy, and just, you know, but he couldn't because he'd grown so attached. But then you have to think about it, when Joel gets old, because he's already old, you know, he's at least, you know, 45, 50 upwards, you know, what happens when he just, like, pops his clogs and dies because he can't keep up with running for his life and fighting to survive anymore? And then Ellie's left all alone. You know, how many times did Joel save Ellie's ass? I don't know. That's what I liked thinking about. I live in the UK, Axes. I live in England, buddy. West Midlands, man. At the cost of her brains. I know, but, like, how easily could she have died as soon as they left that area? You know, they were fighting for survival every step of the way. You could have left that hospital and died straight up. They were getting shot at by the people that was trying to stop Joel from leaving. How easily would it have been for him to turn around and for Ellie to have got shot the same way that his daughter got shot. That's where I'm in the middle of it all. Yeah, I understand that, Phoebe. I like the fact that you come away with a sense of you know, feelings, ideas, what could have happened, what should have happened, what might have happened, stuff like that. You know, I like that. Whereas in if we go back to like what Darksiders 2 and Crashon said, it was pretty crap. pretty crappy ending. Alright, I guess that's all I've got to say about that. I liked it, but we've got to go into this with a fairly fresh mind. Now we're going into the Left Behind DLC, so this is a completely standalone side story set during the events of The Last of Us. So I don't know whereabouts it fits, but I guess we'll learn that as we play. You're a scrub. You're a hopeless romantic, right, Tiv? Today's stream is sponsored by Tesco Forest Fruits fruit juice drink. So that's what we'll be drinking today. I've just brushed my teeth as well, so this is going to take like absolute ass. Yum ass. Right.